This is peach and tomato pork chops, and it's got tomatoes, ginger, shallots, cherries, and peaches. And this is a bottle of sherry. And you can, if you don't have sherry, you can use dry vermouth. You can use a little bit of white wine. It won't be as good. Use a little brandy, Madeira, Marsala, apple cider vinegar, or just skip it. So salt and pepper the pork chops. These have been dried off with a paper towel and salt and pepper both sides. You can use bone-in or boneless pork chops. I've used both. Bone-in, you have to cook a little bit longer. So I'm looking for a nice solid piece of ginger, as few knobs as possible. So when you're grocery shopping, pick out big fat pieces. They're just easier to work with. So you can peel the ginger with a spoon, you can peel it with a vegetable peeler, with a knife, whatever you want. This is a microplane zester, and what it does is I've got this big piece of ginger, and it's just like mincing it. So nobody's going to get a big old chunk of ginger. They're just going to have some very nice, finely minced ginger. Garlic, couple cloves. I'm going to hit it with the back of a knife very carefully, or however you chop your garlic. Chop it up. You can slice it or dice it. Shallots are great because they're just baby onions. Okay, they're maybe like they have a different taste, maybe more delicate, maybe a little sweeter, but they're great to have in the fridge because they're not that big, and sometimes you just need a little bit of onion. And just chop it up any way you can. Shallots are known to be moldy, so if you see with mold, cut it off, get it off, don't eat mold. Peaches, delicious. These are ripe, beautiful peaches, and they're so ripe that the pit is falling apart, so I got to get all the pits out. Nobody wants to crack their teeth, crack a tooth on a pit. You can slice or dice it. You can take the peel off or leave the peel on. So there's a difference in texture between rustic or a smoother sauce, your choice. This is a 12-inch skillet. It's going to be a little too big for the 3 pieces of pork I got. It'd be perfect for like 4 to 5 pieces of pork. And I've got some vegetable oil in there. That's a high heat oil, kind of like safflower oil. And I'm going to sear the pork on both sides for about 3 to 4 minutes until it's brown. When I push on it like that, I'm not trying to get any juices out. I'm just trying to create that level surface, hoping to get the pork brown all the way across the skin. So I'm going to take that out and set that aside. This is not cooked through. You're going to throw it back in later and cook it. Now I've thrown in some olive oil. That's just a nice flavor for this dish, and a little bit better for you maybe than vegetable oil. So I'm going to cook the shallots for 2 to 3 minutes or until translucent. Add in the garlic and ginger. Cook 2 to 3 minutes or until fragrant. You're going to add olive oil as you need. You don't want a dry pan, so don't be afraid to add olive oil here. So the sherry goes in, and I'm going to immediately throw in the tomato sauce, and I'm going to mix it up before throwing the peaches just because it's just a little bit easier to mix it before the peaches go in. But then toss in the peaches, mix it all together, cover it, and simmer it. Bring it to a boil, but then reduce it. Simmer it for about 5 minutes. If it's dry, add more olive oil, add more tomato sauce, add a little bit of water, whatever you like. Then you're going to stir that all around, add the pork back in, and I like to nestle it in because I want to see the sear on the pork, so I don't really want to cover that up. You're going to cook it for about another 5 minutes or until the internal temperature reaches 145. You can see I'm adding a little bit of water there because it's a little thick because my pan is too big. A smaller pan, you might not need that. So the internal temperature of the pork is 145. If you've got thick pork chops or bone-in pork chops, it will take longer than 5 minutes to cook. That's it. The pork is tender. It's juicy. I love this recipe. It's so seasonal and perfect for the summer. You can find the recipe at eatsimplefood.com.